Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a Q&A video. I had posted about this in my community a couple of days before, asking if you have any questions for me. And I was more than happy to receive so many questions. So today Alekia has joined and she wants to ask the questions and I'm going to answer it. So let's begin.
Hey guys, so the first question is by Becky Benavides and it is, what are the similarities between Mexico and India?
Okay, well, there are a lot of similarities between Mexico and India. Firstly is Mexicans are family oriented, we Indians are also family oriented. And next is the food. For example, here also they use a lot of rice and tortillas, and in India as well we use rice is the staple food, and we also eat a lot of chapati or rotis. And the next I would say is the weather, especially from the place that I have come. It's Bangalore and it's not very hot or it's not very cold, and I feel the weather is the same here. So I think there are a lot of similarities.
I agree. Okay, so the next question is, what are things you like the most about Mexico?
Oh, that's very easy because I like a lot of things in Mexico. The most I would say is probably the food. I love Mexican food, and of course the people. They are so respectful and they are so kind. So, and apart from that, I like everything about Mexico.
Yeah, me too. So the next question is, what are the things you don't like about Mexico?
Well, there is nothing that I don't like about Mexico, but yes, there are few things which I feel they could do things better. For example, when we go to the bank, I feel the service is too slow. But in India, for example, when we go to the bank, a person comes to us and asks us what it is, and then he directs us to the right counter, and things move very fast. But here in Mexico, people just stand in the line and the bank officials are not bothered. So that time I feel, they should do things a little faster and they should improve the service. And what else? Just these small things. There are no big things that I don't like about Mexico.
Okay, the next question and the last question by Becky is, are you planning to return to India one day?
That's a question which even we ask to ourselves because we don't know. As of now, we are planning to stay here because, as I told you, it depends on the company that my husband is working in. And right now, my kids want to stay here, and they are in high school and middle school, and it's difficult to take a decision right now to go back. So we don't know how long we're going to be here. Let's see.
Okay, so the next person is Diana Juarez. And her first question is, how did you learn Spanish?
Well, I cannot say I learned Spanish, but yes, I am at the intermediate level. I can manage. I understand very well and I can manage with few sentences. And the way I learned is, well, the basics I learned while I was teaching English to my students, because most of my students used to speak Spanish. So that's how I picked up most of the vocabulary. And then I went to a couple of Spanish classes too. And that's how I guess I picked up Spanish.
Okay, so the next question is, did your children learn Spanish until they went to school?
My children, they were 4 and 6 years old when they came to Mexico. And they joined the school, like for example, we came on August 22nd to Mexico and the school had already started. So they started going to school within a week. So the moment they started going to school, they started picking up vocabulary, and within 3 to 4 months, they started speaking Spanish. Okay, that's what I think. What do you think, Alekia?
Okay, so Spanish, I thought it was going to be really hard. I was really small, but it was kind of hard. Since when I first joined school, I wasn't really good at it. But then the school started going, I kind of really adapted to it really quickly. And I kind of learned the words and how to speak. And then, I guess in 1 year, I think, or a little more, I was speaking Spanish properly. So
yes. We were really surprised. They picked up the language very fast, unlike us.
Okay, so the next question is, which Mexican tradition have you adopted from Mexico?
Okay, well, I would say we have adapted few culture. For example, what is that? The after Christmas, Tres Reyes?
Tres Reyes?
Tres Reyes, sorry. Tres Reyes, we like to cut the rosca. All our friends, we get together and we cut the rosca, and we are very excited if we get the small toy, which is the Christ, no?
Muñeco.
Muñeca or muñeco. And then we are very excited when we get that, and we exchange, in February we exchange tamales and things like that. And for Halloween, yes, my kids go for the candies, and I also give candies to our kids in our colony. And what else? What else do we do? For Christmas, yes, we exchange gifts. We have like Secret Santa, and we exchange gifts. So I think we do most of the things here in Mexico.
Dia de Muertos.
Dia de Muertos, well, I really don't know the complete tradition about that, so I haven't adapted that. But I would like to know more about it, and probably after a couple of years, we might start doing that too.
Okay, so the next one and the last question by Diana is, what's your favorite Mexican food?
My favorite is pozole and chilaquiles. What's your favorite?
Personally, I like almost everything, but I really like tacos.
Yes, she loves tacos.
So the next question is by Maricruz Perez. And the first question is, how many places have you visited in Mexico?
We have visited many places. I don't know if you're talking about the states but we have visited most of the places, like for example Cancun, Los Cabos, Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta, Valle de Bravo, Ixtapa, Monterrey, and Puebla. Yes. My husband is prompting from there. Okay.
So the second question is, if you don't know the cenotes from Yucatan, will you come to know them one day?
Of course, we would love to. Well, we have not been to Yucatan, but cenotes, yeah, we have been in Cancun, right? We have been to Cancun, and we went to a cenote there. I don't remember the name, but we have been there. We know what it is. But yes, we would love to come to Yucatan and see that too.
Yeah. So the third question is, Vianey is coming to Mexico soon. Would you like to meet with her and her family?
Yes, I would love to. In fact, I sent her a couple of messages in Instagram, but I guess she is busy and she's coming to Mexico after many years. So I'm sure her schedule is very tight. But yes, if she's agreeing to it, I would love to meet her and her family. I would love to invite them to our house and make some Indian food and give them. Let's see.
Yeah, that seems interesting.
Okay, the next one.
Okay, so the last question by Maricruz is, how is the city where you lived in India? Was the weather hot, and how beautiful is it?
Well, I lived in two cities. One is Hyderabad, that is before my marriage, and the other one is Bangalore after my marriage. And both the cities are not that hot. Well, at least they were not that hot 10-15 years ago. But now I think it's hotter. But and beautiful, yes, they have beautiful places to visit, and I think if you want to visit India, you should visit south and north of India, because both are completely different.
Okay, so the next question is by Chimandat Maharaj, and it seems that Mexicans are very appreciative of Indian culture and traditions. What has been your best experience in this regard?
Well, yes, you are right. Mexicans are very respectful about our culture and traditions. I have never in my 9 years experience in Mexico had any bad experience. Well, even if I go out in my Indian attire, nobody gives me a weird look. In fact, they smile and they appreciate it. They ask me where am I from, and they really give me compliments. So I think they are really appreciative about our culture and traditions.
Fun fact, they also ask for photos sometimes.
Yes, you feel like a celebrity because they would like to take photos with us and things like that.
Okay, the next question is by Patricia Perez, and the first one is, what are your favorite foods in Mexico? So you've already answered.
Yeah, I've already answered. My favorite food is chilaquiles and pozole, and I'm trying to make pozole at home one day.
Okay, the next one is, what do you think of the people here in Mexico?
As I said, I love Mexicans because they're very respectful, they're very kind, and I never had any bad experience here in Mexico, so I really like them.
The next question is, do you have friends here in Querétaro?
Yes, I do have friends here in Querétaro. I think you're asking me about Mexicans or?
I think so.
Okay, well, if you're asking about Mexican friends, yes, my kids' friends' moms are obviously my friends, and my husband works in an Indian company where even Mexicans work, so I know many of them. And while I was working in an institute, we had some Mexicans working as teachers and students, so we had a good rapport. So I do have Mexican friends and also Indian friends here.
Okay, and the last question is, what is something you don't like about Mexico?
Did we answer that before?
Oh yeah, we did. Okay, so the next question is by Aku's family blog. And what do your daughters do currently?
I think you have to answer that.
Do as in
I think what you're studying.
Oh, well, I mean, I just go to school. I don't really have any extracurricular activities. I don't really have interest in that.
And what grade? I think that's what
Oh
we
yeah,
asked.
I'm in 8th grade and my sister is in 10th grade, which is high school in our school.
Yes. And Ananya is 15 years old and Alekia is 13 years old.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question by Aparna Balakrishnan is, what do you miss the most about India?
Oh, well, what do you miss about India?
Well, I didn't really live a long time in India, so I don't really remember it at all. I was like a small baby, but when I go to India and I come back like for vacations, I do miss my family and I do miss like the foods and like everything from there.
Yes, that's exactly my answer. I miss my family very much, especially my parents. I speak to them every day through video call, but it's different. I definitely miss them, and I also miss the festivals or get-togethers that our families have. Most of the functions I miss, and of course the Indian food, because we don't have good restaurants here in Querétaro. So we miss Indian food, street food, and things like that.
Yeah. Oh wait. So the next question by Rocio B is, why did you decide to come to live in Mexico?
Okay, I have answered this in my introduction video, but I will repeat. We are here because of my husband's project. He had a project in Mexico City first, so we were there for 2 years, and then he got the project here in Querétaro. So we moved to Querétaro in 2014.
You just answered the second question, which is, why did you choose Querétaro?
Yes. We didn't choose Querétaro, Querétaro chose us because my husband got a project here and we had to move here.
Yeah. So the next question is by Maria Delgado, and it says, do you plan to live in Mexico all of your life?
Well, that's a very long-term question. We haven't decided or we haven't planned anything yet. For now, we are here and we want to stay here as long as we can, especially because my kids are in middle and high school, which is a crucial time of their academics. So we want to finish their schooling here and then maybe, I don't know, we haven't decided anything. But we love Querétaro, so we want to settle here.
Yeah. So the next question is by Gabriela Garcia, and it says, why do you live in Mexico?
I just answered that.
Yeah.
We live here because of my husband's project.
So the next question is by Jorge Clavero, which is, what business opportunities did you visualize between India and Mexico? Small businesses and medium.
Oh, well, I haven't really thought about anything, but I have seen, especially in Mexico City, many Indians have started their restaurant or they have their cloth business, because I think that is something which really goes well here, food and the textile industry. And in Monterrey, I have seen many having their own business in automobiles or things like that. So I think automobiles, textile and food is something which is really flourishing here in Mexico.
Okay, so the next question is by Amrita Gupta, which is, why did you leave your teaching job?
Okay, as I had mentioned in my introduction video, I was teaching in an institute as a tutor, as an English tutor, and I worked there for almost 4 years. But I thought I will start teaching in a school, and I took a certification, which is TKT, teaching certification. And I took a break like a couple of months, and that's when the pandemic started. So and kids started working from home, my husband started working from home. So now I have taken a long break. Maybe after a couple of years, I'll join back.
Okay, so the next question is by Shrikant Reddy,
Mhm.
and it is, how about the Mexican crime rate? Can an Indian person live free without any fear?
Yes, as I mentioned, we were in Mexico City and we never had any problem. Well, if you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, yes, you might have some problems. Just like in India, right? There are few places which are prohibited to go at night and things like that. The similar way in Mexico City or in any other place in Mexico, if you're there at the wrong time, maybe you will face some problems. But otherwise, Mexico is completely safe. It's not like how you watch in the movies that the cartels are everywhere and they're shooting and things like that. No, we have never faced any such problems.
So the next question is by one Indo-Mexican family, and it is, I want to know which were your fears bringing your children to a country you don't know and how you coped with them.
Frankly speaking, when we came to Mexico, I didn't have any such fear. In fact, I didn't even know that the crime rate was so high or things like that. Only after coming here, people said, Mexico, why are you guys in Mexico? And I never felt anything different. It was just like any other country. And we had just moved back to Bangalore from Budapest. So for me, coming to a new country was nothing new, or I didn't have any fear of a new place and things like that. But yes, my older daughter was already in school, so I did have this feeling that how she's going to manage in a new school without knowing the language. But as they were very small, they picked up the language very fast and things went on smoothly.
Okay, so the next question is by La Increíble India, and it says, how do your kids feel about being Indian but growing up in a different country, and have they adopted some Mexican culture?
I think my kids, they have to answer this question. Let me call Ananya too. Ananya, come.
Okay, so how do you feel about being Indian and growing up in a different country?
Since I was really small, I didn't feel a big difference. But I think I learned more things. Learning another language is just cooler, and it helped me a lot because now it's easier to learn French as well. And
Okay, so I'm gonna answer it too. So when I was younger and I was really small, some people would call me different names like chocolate. So that was bad. But now that I'm older and they're older, it's kind of normal, and I've adapted, I've learned more, and I kind of feel like part of here now. I don't feel different. So yeah.
Ananya, do you feel different living here in Mexico?
yeah, I'm unique. No, I feel like I'm Mexican as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And the second question
There's a second question.
yeah,
Okay.
is, have they adopted some Mexican culture?
I guess yeah, because now we celebrate Halloween and Mexican Independence Day and even Christmas. So I guess yes.
Although Halloween I think is American, but we have really I have celebrated other festivals and celebrations from here, and I guess I really like it here and feel part of here. So I guess yeah. Okay, so the next question is by Sitara Sharat, and it is, how do you stay so vibrant and joyful?
Well, Sitara is my close friend, and I think that's why she asked me, and she knows me pretty well. I don't know if I'm really that joyful and vibrant, but really? But however I am, I think it's the perspective that you look your life, the way you look at your life. I always try to take the positive things from life, and I try to be happy with what I have. So probably that's the reason. So I think that's all. The questions are done.
Yeah, that was the last question.
Okay, so thank you so much for asking these questions. Frankly speaking, when I posted this in my community, I thought there wouldn't be any questions. I thought I would be embarrassed. In fact, I was telling my kids and my husband that people might not ask and I might not have any questions. But I was more than happy to receive so many questions. So thank you so much once again, and I will see you in the next video. But don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Bye. Like the video.